Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mr. D's Happy Hour, where we provide half-price content that you can't make fun of because it's half-priced. So, starting at that.
And he was absolutely covered in like really big spots. So like he went to the doctor and was like, "Hey yo, what's this?" She's like, "It's just mosquito, dog." Nick, my whoa.
Some good sauce, that I can go to the store, buy, and just drink after straight out of the thing. No, it's the Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A. I would get in a sticky mess for that sauce any day, all day.
It may be his podcast, but it's certainly your disaster. What do you mean, different direction? You're the host! You choose the direction! Now, we've gone through our canon event, and now it's my turn to host. I have all the power in this situation. I am God.
And welcome to the Mr. D's Family Hour. This is where all the members of the family gather and discuss family issues. Tonight is family game night, so up on the table we have a Wheel of Fortune. Nick, I'm going to let you pop that off. Go ahead.
We got Mr. D as our first contestant. He's grand prize winner. He's our host. The guy that rigs the game. Sets it up, sets who fails, sets who wins. The dungeon master, the game master, the mastermind behind it all. Then we got Velociraptor, our innocent contestant that's just here for a good time and always somehow, for some reason, is always the loser. And we got One Guy Gaming, which is Blake. And he's just here. We're not sure why he's here. He's just here. He just shows up, and we're like, you know what? We appreciate
I really like how you
effort.
pegged Roger as the loser when you're the one always getting dunked on. I really like that. I mean, does it just make you feel better about yourself or something?
Listen, man, I gotta deflect the heat sometimes, okay?
Do you?
I do.
Why do
And then anyways,
why do you have
before
a
I got
fucking
rudely
mining
interrupted,
light on the
we
next
have
side
my...
of your head?
Shut up.
You have like a little...
Huh?
Yeah, what is
Oh,
that?
this? Oh, I
That's
forgot
like-
about that, honestly.
And why'd you
Oh,
say I
it's
just
just-
show up?
Listen,
Yeah,
can I
go-
finish
I
my intro,
come to
please?
love you.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Anyways, as I was saying, then we got myself,
Uh-huh.
little Nicky J, the one and only.
Is that all you got? You good now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start this episode off because I actually saw something really badass on the internet because, we all explore the internet sometimes. I was actually looking at some reels on my phone, on Facebook, and I saw these videos of, I don't know how to pronounce the name of these accounts because it's all Chinese characters or Japanese characters. I don't really know the difference, so I'm sorry if that's mean or whatever. I really don't know the difference. My fault. I'm sorry. But they were taking live squids. They were like handing out live squids, and the people, it was like a food stand or something, and they would like take the live squids and they'd have like a little cup, and it was shooting out ink, and it was like wiggling around, and they would bite off the head while it was moving around. And I don't know if that's a delicacy or something, but I at least saw like 3 or 4 different videos of different people doing it after I saw that initial video. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know where it came from, who's doing this, if it's actually a thing people do, but it was fucking scary. I don't know. I could never do that. Never in my entire life. I feel like you would get some kind of fucking disease from doing that.
It's like Ozzy Osbourne and
Well,
that.
I don't know. I guess.
But my cheek.
Actually kind of... Okay, so it's a completely different video, but not a completely different video. You saying the squid reminded me of this video. So, I think it was a live squid. It looked alive. Or it was. And then, these 2 people are going to eat it. Well, it squirted ink out. And, it squirted ink all over her face. And it squirted ink all over the waitress. and you know they try to clean it off. And so in the midst of this restaurant, you see everyone looking normal. And then it looks at the girl that got sprayed, and it looks like she's just wearing blackface. And then it turns over to the waitress who's like standing at like the cedar booth or whatever that booth's called, and her whole face is just black too. So it's just like
So people do
I
eat
thought it was
squids,
funny.
just like alive. That's a thing.
I think it's like something in like Asian culture to where I think it's like a thing over there. I've never seen anyone eat a live squid.
I don't know if they're alive. I know the sauce, often paired with like calamari and stuff like that, it triggers the electrical responses of the muscles. So it
I've seen
moves,
that.
but it's not
Okay,
alive.
that might,
Yeah,
that
I've
makes
seen that
sense.
before.
I understand that. That would make more sense than eating a live squid. But it's also kind of weird to me, like even in our culture, like you pick out like a crab that's like walking around and stuff, and you just like boil it alive,
And it gets murdered.
and you eat it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the lobster tanks at Walmart?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Oh my
At-
god!
okay.
Do they still have that? I haven't been to Walmart
No,
forever.
they got rid of that years ago. I always remember because I thought it was like even though it was nowhere near the pet aisle, I always thought it was like pet lobsters,
What?
and I always wanted to get one because I was like, man, that'd be so cool to
I mean,
take a
you
lobster
could make it a
home.
pet.
And little did I know,
Yeah.
Was
I
it
mean, they
good?
have those little fucking hermit crabs that you paint their shells and you just keep it in a little cage and it's like a pet. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it with a lobster.
Yeah.
they don't even like keep like the cups of fish.
With the
anymore.
beta
you know how, like
fish?
they always like had like those
Yeah.
little. Yeah, they don't.
Oh
even
no,
keep
they still
cups
have.
of-
Yeah,
That's
they
the
still have.
saddest thing ever. Imagine
Oh.
being
Yeah,
born onto
absolutely.
this planet just to be stuck in a fucking cup in a Walmart until you die. Like,
Yeah, either until someone takes you home or
that's
you
the
die on that
saddest
shelf.
thing that you could ever be born into.
I don't know if they still have it, but I think the Walmart in Lawrenceburg has like their fish section is like actually it's like tanks and stuff, so it's like someone actually takes care of them and they're in a
Aw.
somewhat habitable space.
See, the closest store to me is
Yeah.
a Meijer, and Meijer has the fish, and they have they have the big old tanks, but in this little it looks like a place where you go to wash your hands. It has just a sink, and there's just beta fish up and down the entire thing. There's just a beta fish just next to a sink, just sitting there. And I completely forget that Meijer has fish. Because I don't think
It's
anybody
definitely
remembers
not a
Meyer's
store
fish.
I'd expect to.
I don't think you really got
have
much of a
fish.
choice with
Yeah.
those beta fish because I think that if you stick them in a tank together, they just fight out to the death. So I don't think you really have much of a choice.
They do. Yeah.
But
Was it you guys that we devised a plan, like me, Dylan, and Nick, that we devised a plan to save a lobster
what are
named
you
Fish?
talking about? Yeah, this is a plan I'd like to hear more
Okay.
of, but I don't know about it.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I just remember. I want to say it was at a Jungle Gyms, because I remember going to Jungle Gyms with you at one point, Dylan. I think. Maybe it
I think the-
wasn't. All I remember is that at some point I had a mission to go save we were going to get a lobster from the store, and we were just going to get a tank and put him in there and name him Fish. But I don't remember who it was.
At Jungle
I thought it was
Gyms, I
you
really
guys.
like Jungle Gyms, but I don't like walking through the fish aisle because I kind of feel like I'm walking next to the high school bathroom. It just it never smells so bad. It always smells like it gives me flashbacks from
You start getting flashback, yeah.
We're gonna get canceled by high schoolies now.
It's-
Oh no.
Jungle Gyms has so many cool freaking things though. I really like Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms is
What's that
really
other
I
place
love
that
Jungle
kind of
Gyms.
has the same amount of stuff? It's like
The jungle
Magic
gyms up
Mike's
the
or
road.
fucking no, it's not Magic Mike's. No, it's not.
Magic Mike has definitely got it.
Ah, yes, my favorite store, Magic Mike's.
I don't know. I feel like a store really isn't bougie unless you have to have a membership to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to feel special to walk
Oh,
in.
like
Yeah,
a
like a
Costco?
Costco or a Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't check the ID when you walk in there because when I walk in there, they full on check my ID. They're like, "Are you this person?"
Well, at least Costco
They have the
has
best glizzies. That's all I gotta say. Sam's Club has the best glizzies.
They got rid of the churro.
What are you talking about?
They had a churro and they got rid of it. And
What
now
is a
they have
churro?
Cookies.
Don't look at me like I'm weird. Like, Roger, do you know what a churro is? Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess I feel kind of out of place now. What is a churro? Explain it to me.
I'm gonna pull up the
The
definition.
definition of pull up the
You can't explain it to him. You
I'm
have to get the fucking exact
I'm gonna
definition.
show you. I'm
Is
gonna
it a
show you
pastry?
picture, Dylan.
You don't know, do you?
Not gonna lie though, churro does sound kind of like a
What is that
slang.
supposed to mean? Well,
It just sounds like a like a.
is it like
We can
Slang
turn it into
for
a
some
slang.
This is a churro.
Uh-oh, I forgot we could share screens on here. This is pretty... Oh, that...
You can't tell me you've never seen one
Oh.
of these.
Those are like those, what was it? Those cereal straws you could drink your cereal milk out of?
That's exactly what a churro is.
You could eat it afterwards.
You make sure you dip it
Whatever
in
happened to those, dude? I haven't seen those in a long time. I remember having them as a kid. You'd like get the Fruity Pebbles fucking straws that you could eat afterwards.
You can get them.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
those
yeah.
were good.
And there's like only certain stores carry them. I've noticed.
Well, I think that's wrong, and I think all stores should carry those because those are
Damn.
pretty amazing.
I think it's wrong.
They're freaking great.
Does the cereal boxes still come with toys in them?
Heck no. They stopped that a long
Why?
time ago.
Those were the sad days. Those were the better days in life.
We can define our childhood in two ages: the age with with funny little toys in them, and the age without.
The days where they came with spoons. And they
Oh,
were,
dude, I had all
Those
the
were awesome,
lightsabers.
man.
yeah.
Star Wars.
Those were the best.
Well, my dumbass, like as a kid, always
I don't
thought
know
that you
what
had to
happened
like
to
eat
those.
all the cereal and it was in the bag, but it was really at the bottom of the box. Pulled out the bag and it was in there. I was like, "What is this? This is some fucking bullshit." What is...
I can imagine little Dylan just like eating the cereal, and he just sees like the spoon like popping out the bottom. He's like, "No, not yet." I gotta wait.
No, but those spoons were cool because like you pressed the button and it lit up, man. I mean, it doesn't get more classy than that. But didn't a lot of those like spoons and stuff like that have some kind of like chemical in them that like gave people cancer, like with the paint?
Oh, brother, that's.
I'm pretty sure that's like a lot of the reason that a lot of the old toys like got recalled was because it would like give like kids cancer and stuff like that.
Yes, the asbestos toys.
I'm pretty sure.
the lead painted toys.
All I'm saying is that whenever like the kids in this generation are so much more harder to entertain than the kids in the older generation, because I remember that I had like some of my like grandparents' toys and it was just like a goddamn thing that you like took the thing out of and you like press it down and just spin around real fast. And then you'd have like your slinky dogs and stuff like that. Now they got like those like toys that you press the button and they all connect with each other and all start singing songs to you. Know what I'm talking about? No, it's
Buddy, you're the only
okay,
dad here.
so it's like it's really creepy when you go on the kids' toy aisle. It's like the toddler toys. You got the they're different animals and stuff like that, but they're like have lights in the middle of them, and when you press them, one starts singing a song, but then all of the ones around them that are that same brand of toy connect, and they all start singing the same song to you. So like.
really weird.
There'd be like a toy whenever we had a toy for like Quinn or whatever in like the living room. I'd accidentally like step on it and then all of her toys in her bedroom would start like screaming. It would wake her up. I was like, this might not be the best invention.
So it's basically like the dollar store Furbies.
The Furbies are creepy, dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah, those
Furbies are
days
creepy. The old ones are creepy.
I hated those. My sister had like 4 of them, and I was like, oh.
Didn't they like learn how to speak English after a while? Didn't they like speak some gibberish? Then you could teach it how to like talk.
I have no clue. I don't remember, and I don't care to remember.
Well, I pulled out my old Furby because I used to have one, and I don't know. It was really creepy because one of the eyes were like stuck open and one of them were stuck closed, and I'm like, this is like out of a horror movie. These Furbies, you can make a horror movie out of them.
You know what? I know what I'm getting Nick for his birthday.
I mean, technically they did. The
Is that
Gremlins
the same?
movie.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Or
Yeah, basically.
I think
the
so.
same.
Where like it's like Gizmo or like the little thing.
Like a
He looks
Furby, yeah.
pretty much just like a
Yeah.
Furby. Or I guess Furbies look like him. And then, if you pour
They-
water on them or feed them after midnight or whatever the other rules were.
Little
they turn
crackheads.
into a
They
gremlin.
turn into little crackheads.
Yeah.
Little gummies. Little bridge gummies. Well, Roger, how are you, buddy? We've talked about so many stupid stuff. Let's hear a little bit about your life, buddy. so many stupid stuff.
I'm doing fantastic. The rays of sunshine have shone down upon me. My long fought battle, my war, my white whale
What?
has finally been slain. I fucking have my license plate.
shit.
finally.
Let go!
Why does it have to be white?
Took long enough.
It's Moby Dick.
Moby Dick's whale was not white. I thought that was a kraken. I thought
No.
Moby Dick fought a kraken. Is that not a thing?
No!
Moby Dick is the whale.
I'm just
Our
imagining
public
this
school
whale
system
fighting a
has
kraken.
failed you.
Literature.
Where's my Moby Dick monster movie?
This is gonna be one of our
Well,
YouTube
fuck,
shorts.
man. Like, you had Moby Dick.
Don't tell Dylan about.
I
the
mean, he just
adventures of
fucking
Tom
painted
Sawyer.
fences. That's all he did, right? I'm pretty sure that's like what I got out of it was he was a fence painter. What? I mean,
It's gonna be great. You have to start doing like the reading assignments.
I ain't
with
doing
your
that.
daughter.
I'm all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be reading them too.
It's like, man, I didn't know that.
Look, man, I pay taxes for a reason, and I'm not smart. So some smart person can teach my daughter to be smart. Okay, I'm not the person for that.
You ain't gonna get that in the public school.
Matt, you never know.
No, sir. I don't even think you can get that in a private school anymore.
I mean, we have.
I mean, there's probably some private.
What are you
schools
trying to
that
say,
don't.
Roger? We have friends that are teachers. Are you trying to say that they're not good teachers?
I mean, they can be good teachers, but the system that they work in is other shit.
Nick, your face.
What's wrong with public schools, man?
I'm not gonna say that they're not, but I'm not gonna say that they are.
I mean, they could. I have people I knew in high school that are now teachers at the same high school. Doesn't mean the high school's any less shit.
I mean, that is true. But I guess I have a question for you guys since you're more intellectually advanced. Why in school? Why do they not teach how to like do taxes in school and like be an adult? Because like I've always wondered that
Great
because
question.
like I know that if they did that for me, I probably for one wouldn't have paid attention anyways. But it's the thought that counts. But I might have been a better individual if that was the case. Like what happened to like
I had
Government
one
wants you to be an
class.
incapable drone.
I had one class in middle school.
Yep.
That was all about like life skills and stuff, and you did like interview tips, and you had to do like a mock interview, and then you had to learn how to write checks and balance a checkbook, which I still
Did that
use.
One
that's
day.
some useful shit. You balance a
that one day.
checkbook, you freaking old man.
Yeah. How do you think I
Are
do
you
my
serious?
budgets? It's checkbook and spreadsheets.
Don't you have to like pay for those
Can't do
checkbooks,
that.
man?
Yeah.
You're just wasting money on paper. I can't believe you. These
Checks
are
are
this
useful.
is an inefficiency we need to solve right now. You need to throw away that checkbook and just use some Google Drive.
Some things you can only.
No,
use a
that's not
check
true.
Yeah. Brother, I had to get a check. I had to get like a notarized check to even get my apartment. Yeah.
Huh.
It was the only thing.
It's so they can confirm
Right.
that you have like a valid bank account that you're paying from and stuff like that.
For. Yeah, whenever I renewed my passport, I had to
I need
use
to
a
do
check.
that. I need to get.
Yeah, passports are not. The thing about that is when I got like my first apartment, they didn't even do that. They just like they took
It's
the
not
computer and they were like, okay, log into your bank account on my computer, and so I did it, and they were like, okay, your bank.
I would never do that.
They were like,
That's a horrible way to do it. You probably just sold your information. You don't even
I mean,
know.
I'm still here, I might be having money taken out of my account randomly.
Is your money here?
Yeah, you want to start checking your statements there, bud. That's an
That's a
easy
little-
way to get your identity stolen.
Who wants this identity anyways?
Here, definitely log in on this computer that definitely doesn't have a keylogger installed.
That's some bullshit though. Everybody these days, like on the internet, they're always like, save your information. Your information is like gold these days. It's what these people make money off of. But what do they get out of that? Really? What do they get out of my information? Why is that a problem?
AI learning.
What's it learning?
It's learning how to like identify faces, people, identifiable information.
It's learning
You
that
know,
Dylan never
I'm
read
gonna blow your
elementary.
mind. You know those captchas to prove that you're not a
Uh-huh.
robot? You are teaching a robot what's in those images every time you do that.
I'm teaching something. That's actually I feel.
Yes, you are providing data when you click on stoplights in a random generic image, you are telling a robot these quadrants of a picture have a stoplight in it.
I mean, at least I feel useful. You know.
Do they just erase that robot every time though, or
No. Why would they do that then? No, that data is stored.
Why would they store it if it's a captcha and they're trying to prove you're not a robot? Why would they store that?
Because it's useful information. Why am I explaining that?
Because I don't know what you're saying.
well, okay, let's
It's machine learning. You're teaching it
But-
how to learn, and you have once you get it to learn one thing, you can get it to learn other things.
But it's a defense mechanism, is it not?
It's not.
Then
a
why do
defense
they
mechanism.
freaking
They don't
have
fucking
it?
care if you're a robot or not. So you will freely just fucking take 2 seconds out of your day to do it. Otherwise, you'd never do it. And it would take millions of dollars every year to pay a certain amount of people to sit down and do machine learning.
hell. I mean, if you freaking paid me to do it, I'd sit down and do it all day. But you know, it's like
Yeah, but they're not
they
going
gotta
to.
it
Yeah, they
against my
do.
free
They
will.
pay you to do that shit. They like you can take surveys and stuff. You know, they give you like $1 here and there.
That's not
Oh,
machine learning. That's just selling your information off.
Yeah. If you paid me to do machine learning, I would sit down 8 hours a day. Even though it'd probably be the most boring, dreadful 8 hours of my day, I would sit down and do it because I'm getting paid for some of the easiest crap to do.
I actually have a friend who kind of does something like that. They have like these little projects that they get from their boss, and then they have to like feed the like AI like specific data sets and stuff.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Sign me up. I'm down to do that.
And they don't even have a degree in computer science or anything.
I feel like no, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
scary.
scary.
It's a good thing. I mean, we talked about this in the last episode. It's a good thing.
We've talked about AI.
Yeah,
like, the
because it's
past 4
fucking
episodes.
interesting, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking interesting.
I don't know.
It's going to be the biggest
I don't
part of
like
your
it.
life for the probably for the rest of it. To be perfectly honest,
I know. I don't know if that's something.
You don't have to be ready for it.
Well,
Fucking yeah.
ready or not, here it comes.
Open up the hatch, baby.
boy.
It's coming down. It's coming down.
Open up your AI hole.
Please don't.
There's so many possibilities the AI can lead to. That's just so scary. And it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at like an age of almost impossible to detect fraud.
Like what? Like what? Like what? Explain one.
AI president, dude. Like literally, you can mimic your voice. If you are a person with your with your voice on the internet, you probably should contact the police, explain your occupation. Oh, I'm X streamer, so and so. There are hours and hundreds of hours of footage of my voice. If I make a call or a statement, it needs to be in person. Otherwise, you cannot prove it is me. And you should probably do the same thing with your bank, so no one calls the bank with your fake voice to authorize a transfer of funds. You should tell your bank
That's why I think
that
it's
you
so
have
scary.
to be there in person. Otherwise, they cannot prove it's you, and it was on.
You know
them.
what? I think I could see that because you don't really need that many lines of like, talking to be able to like approve something like that. But with like a video of like a, say it's Joe Rogan by chance, like he has hours and hours and hours and hours of fucking footage on here, but like you can still kind of tell that it's not his voice because of like the hiccups the AI has in it. But if you just needed like,
Yeah, but only if you're looking for it.
only if you're looking for it. If you just got a phone call,
And sooner rather than later, you won't even be able to tell that.
that's scary. I don't like that, but you're right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you are looking at an upcoming age of fraud where it is almost impossible to tell.
Damn.
It's wild.
But I don't know. I don't like. How do you think they're gonna fucking go back on that? Is there any way to like fucking like even possibly? Would you just have to start going places in person? You wouldn't even be able to do it over the phone anymore, would you?
Yeah.
This is all one big government scheme.
It's just gonna come full circle.
Me and Blake had a life in
What,
it.
when you guys got lost in the fucking woods for like a whole day? In the smallest state park that exists, you guys got lost in the woods.
Listen, Nick. Whenever I don't know what happens, but when I'm specifically around two people, aka Nick and Mr. D, any sort of common sense that I have is gone, and I will do almost anything.
I like how you act like this is my fault when we both agreed that the path that for some reason was not the path looked like the way to go.
That's what I'm saying. All of my reasoning went out the window because I'm with you, and I'm like,
I just want to like add some stuff for audience context. This is a park that literally is a hill. There's nothing else but a hill in a town.
We can see the main road 90% of the time.
We went up the hill. We were at the top of the hill, and we could see the entirety of Carrollton.
I can see my grandpa's house.
That was a great time. We need to do
Dude,
that again.
we didn't do that again. Just get lost. Dude, I know some woods up here.
There's woods everywhere.
You can get
man.
lost in.
You just why?
I love getting lost in woods, honestly.
Get lost in woods.
Not gonna lie, it's actually kind of fun because you just explore. I love exploring.
Or I like hikes. 'Cause you just go and you're like, whoa.
I don't like hikes. But I like exploring.
I like seeing cool things.
See, I like outside and stuff if it isn't like fucking extremely hot or extremely cold. I like it right in the middle. If it's too hot, I'm just out of it. If it's too cold, I'm out of it. I like it right in the middle, but it's never out in the middle until it's like fucking fall or spring. And those last like 2 weeks, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, come to Delaware.
Fuck Delaware.
Don't want to visit your homie.
It's gonna be our first
Come to
t-shirt.
Delaware.
Fuck Delaware.
I heard the most American thing on the radio today or yesterday. Me and my partner at work, we were in the truck and we were driving around to the where we had to go do a job, and we were clicking through the radio stations, and we tuned into one, and the first words were Mike and Ike's and white trash. I just thought that was like the most American thing I've heard in a while.
All right, Mike and Ike's the other day.
Mike and Ike's.
I don't really listen to radio that much, but like, you know, on like whenever you work night shift, you drive home in the mornings, and you know, you're kind of out of it, so I just turn on the radio because I don't feel like plugging up my phone sometimes. And on this like station, there's like this radio show that is like they get two people who like went on a date, but they haven't talked to each other since that date, and they like try to figure out what went wrong. And one of the examples was like they called up this this guy wanted to call up this lady because they had like a date or whatever, and they thought it went well. And I guess, cut to the story here, I guess the guy like wiped his dick on like her shower curtain, but she had like a camera installed in the bathroom, and she saw that. And so like they had a very awkward conversation on the radio, and I always find a chuckle out of that. I thought it was kind of interesting. There's a lot of questions from that. Yeah.
She stopped talking to. What? Hold on. What in his mind like made him want to rub his dick on the shower?
You never take a leak, and you
people
just
are
like
weird.
you have to like, you know.
No, stop. No, stop right there. No, no.
That never happens. You know, like you're out of
No.
toilet paper or something, you don't want to ask for more, so you just, you know.
No, I just.
What do you
sit
mean?
there
You
and
sh-
shake
you
that
just, so you
thing
just
until
shake it everywhere.
it's all
You just
gone.
make a mess.
No, I don't shake it everywhere. I shake it into the bowl. But I shake until like it's all gone.
Why does every
till
one
there's
of
no
our
droplets.
episodes lead to us talking
That's
about
just
body
how this
parts?
goes, man.
This whole
But,
like,
like,
if you shake more
like
than
Nick's
like
gone,
twice, whatever, you're
Oh.
just playing with that. That's not no. It's dumb. It's just dumb.
What was your questions about it, Blake? What do you
'Cause,
have to?
you know-
What do you want to know about it? What's your fucking question?
Well, my question was, why would he want to do that in the first place? Second, where was the
It
camera?
was like in the corner of the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another. Why do you have
No,
a
that
camera
was
in
that
your
was one of the big
bathroom?
things of the
Like-
whole thing because like he didn't know there was a camera in there, and once he found out there was a camera in there, he was like, I wouldn't want to go on a second date anyways because that's like a major fucking like privacy thing. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, isn't it? To like have a hidden.
In public places, it is. I don't know about.
Yeah, the
about
residency
residency.
of your own home, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like in public,
I mean, even in
it
your
don't
own
matter.
home, that's kind of fucking weird, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's
come on
absolutely
now.
weird.
Oh yeah,
100%.
100%.
I don't make any
So
sense.
yeah. And there's stories on there like this all the time. I thought it was kind of funny to listen to. I enjoy listening to them. It's always awkward because it's like live on the radio.
I bet you're the type of guy. I bet you're the type of guy that would wipe your pecker on someone's shower curtain.
Brother, I don't have enough length to reach the shower curtain. It's not. That would never work. All right.
Yes, welcome to the Mr. D's Family Hour.
Oh,
I wish we could put that in the show.
Oh.
Oh, my lord.
Have you guys had any awkward experiences in your life? Have you? You know what, Roger? Have you ever had an awkward experience in your life you'd like to share with us about? You think the audience would love to hear about?
Yes,
Right now.
didn't you have an awkward experience with like DoorDash or something recently?
An awkward experience? I mean, I had like an annoying one where I was just sitting there for 30 minutes watching my dasher circle around my apartment like Jaws, trying to figure out where the fucking door was. Just kept walking all around and around and around. And it's just like, is that it? No, keep walking. Walk over by the leasing office, realize it's closed so they can't ask for directions. Comes back, walks around the neighbor's building a couple of times, trying to figure out where mine is. Doesn't go into any of them to see that the freaking letters are on the door.
You literally watched him do this the whole time. You didn't even help him, you asshole. What's wrong with you? Why'd you do that?
What's worse? Knowing that you're fucking up or knowing that someone has watched
Me
up?
fuck up.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything.
But you could have like told him that he was fucking up before you watched him fuck up for another 30 minutes.
No, I just gave him an extra tip because it was fun.
You know, I'm making this personal because I've been the dasher before to not be able to find the fucking apartment. It's miserable.
I have had people who are like super like apologetic about messing up or having something that they can't control or and they act like I'm going to shout them down like the fucking with the voice of
'Cause most people
Zeus
do.
or something like that.
Yeah,
And it's just like I don't care, man. The food's here, it's warm. You're
that's just the
alive.
food industry. That's just the food
Yeah.
industry in general.
Yeah, that's
I'm just happy if it all shows up.
because you're easy to please, man.
Most of the time now, I'm always missing something. Like I ordered today before podcast started, and Nick told me to get a cherry coke, and the cherry coke never showed up.
Oh,
I got the rest of the food, but I
You
don't have
poor
my
thing.
coke.
sad
Yeah,
day.
I'm thirsty.
I remember there was one time I was at Blake's house and I DoorDashed some lunch, and I ordered like a milkshake and ice cream for someone else, and then a burger and some fries. The burger and fries showed up, but not my
What the
milkshake
hell?
or the ice cream. I know I was pretty upset about that because that milkshake wasn't cheap either. I was like, damn.
I think
That's pretty
milkshakes are
upsetting.
such a like fucking rip off because you can get like a bucket of ice cream at the store for like $3, put some milk in it, they fucking make it a milkshake, and then they like charge you like $4, $5 for like a fucking medium.
That's any food
Yeah,
in a
but
restaurant. bud.
Yeah.
Still, it's freaking ice cream. Come on now.
You're
You're
paying
not
for
paying
the
for the experience. You're
Dylan.
paying for bullshit. All right. Even though I say that,
You're paying so you don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
do
I
it.
stop.
When you're at McDonald's, you're paying to experience them to tell you that their ice cream machine does not work. Okay?
Boy, what
Yeah,
an experience
seriously.
for the ages.
9 times out of 10, their
Listen,
ice
their
cream
McFlurries
machine
are
works.
great.
They just don't want to do it.
Sometimes I just get right in the back of the line so I can ask again.
Didn't a company sue them about that at some
What?
point?
I don't know if a company sued them.
Let me look this up.
If a person sued them over their ice cream machine not working, and it was, then that's just, you got to find something better to do with your life, man.
No, I think it was the company that made.
What made their ice cream machines?
Yeah, it was a lawsuit.
Because they made them look like a horrible company. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that could be. Oh, what is it? Not like defamation of character, but like, there's
Of
something
course, you
else
know all
in there.
about suing Karen. You've yeah.
What a shot to take.
Oh god, we're coming in
Uh-oh.
close.
Listen here, bucko.
He's shaking his $12 at you now.
Listen here. I've never heard anyone in my life complain more than you do, okay? So you better watch who you're calling Karen, okay?
Name the dumbest thing
watch
I've
it,
ever
pal.
complained about. Apparently, you
Otherwise-
don't know. When's the last? Exactly.
That's not important right now. That's not important right now.
Oh,
I gotta set my camera up to where it doesn't fall.
Blake, did you find your lawsuit there?
I actually, yeah. So it was a $900 million lawsuit.
That's a pretty penny.
So the company that fixes the ice cream machines were developing a new system where they can like remotely fix their machines, and apparently McDonald's and the company that makes the ice cream machines, because apparently it's separate, were stealing the information from that and was developing their own device that did the exact same thing.
Oh. That's pretty scummy.
Mm-hmm.
it's a fucking
mean, it's
corporation.
McDonald's.
Can you really believe it?
Hey, you should watch that movie. What was it about? How McDonald's started? What is it? No, like the guy who started, like who made McDonald's the company that it is today is like a scummy dude.
I bet he's fat.
Like the guys who actually created McDonald's, like the two brothers that created McDonald's,
The
got
McDonald's
nothing
brothers.
from it. Literally, yeah, they got.
Can you turn up your mic a little bit, please?
Blake?
There you go.
get closer.
Who was the guy that played in Tim Burton's Batman? What is his name?
Yeah, it's him. It's him. It's
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
It
Yeah,
w- it was
he
him.
plays it. Because like I remember the clips, like because he, when he first went to McDonald's, he's like, "You mean I could just sit anywhere?"
Yeah.
Because he was surprised it was done so quick.
Yeah.
He's like, and they're like, "Yeah, you should go anywhere and eat it." He's like,
Yep.
"What do I do with the bag?" They're like, "Throw it away." And he's like,
Yep.
"What the heck?"
Yeah, the guy who basically like invented the system that most fast food restaurants are built on now got nothing for
Look, man, I'm just gonna say how it is. This fucking nation was founded on the fucking dollar menu. All right, in the 2000s,
That's why George Washington's on the first dollar.
in the 2000s, I could get a McChicken for $1. All right, I could get a McChicken for $1, I could get a McDouble for $1, I could get a fry for $1. You want to know what I can get for $1 now? Nothing. I can't get nothing for $1. Because you want to know why? It's like what, the $2 menu now? 2, 3, 4. Fuck you, McDonald's. You really took a lot out of my life. This is what this great fucking nation. This is what this great nation
ruined my
was
life.
all about. Was fucking cheap food. You get it fast. Look what happened now.
Didn't someone high up in McDonald's say that McDonald's is no longer intended for
Yes. Yes,
the
they
lower
fucking
class?
said that it was they were fucking shocked that people didn't want to buy their $4 worth of fucking garbage. And you want to know what? I still eat it, so I really don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not going to talk anymore. So-
You really left all the wind from your sails there.
But I mean, it really is bullcrap though. Because I mean, it's like how many teenagers in high school really, relied on that dollar menu, or how many lower class families, were like, hey, we want to eat out tonight. But
I know. Because back in the day, you're a fucking homeless man. You find 4 quarters on the street, there's your fucking dinner. But now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a freaking
Now,
sandwich right
You know
there.
what's also messed up about these places? They take all those leftovers and they dump them in the trash. They make people surf through the trash to get them in their garbage dumpsters when they could donate them to the homeless people.
And then they freaking arrest those people. For
Like, what's the point of
dumpster
that?
diving.
What is there? Like, you guys are smart. What is there a reason behind that? Is like do they lose profits if they give it out? Like, what's up with that?
No,
It's a government scheme.
most people just don't want to deal with that.
It's to fill the jailhouses to give the state more money because their jailhouses are full. That's
Thank you,
why
Nick.
it's a
You know
government
what?
scheme.
Hell yeah. Preach it to the choir, brother.
Like, I know,
I know the government inside and out, brother.
I know, like small.
I wish you
all
had a cigar in your
scummy
mouth. This would
schemes.
make it so much better.
It's all scummy schemes, eh? Yes, eh?
I don't know, man.
It's all scummy.
I've never had any complaints out of Burger King. You know, Burger King's all right. I like Burger King.
I love Burger
I love
King.
Burger
I
King.
love
See,
Burger King
exactly.
so good.
See my points exactly. Burger King for president. You know. No, I've never seen McDonald's have a
like,
video game about them. You know, Sneaky King. You know, they have their own video game about them. They gave out the video game in fucking Happy Meals.
Sneaky King. They had the
Yeah.
bumper cart Burger King game.
And I mean,
There was another Burger King game that I
like,
can't think of.
let's be honest. Would you rather go and have a burger called a Big Mac or
Yeah,
a Whopper?
Fucking Whopper, dude.
Whopper
Yeah.
sounds so much more fun.
I
to
want a
say.
Whopper. And it has a cool song. Whopper, Whopper, Whopper.
Exactly.
I don't.
Plus, their freaking chicken
They
sandwiches
smack so
freaking
hard,
smack.
dude. They smack
Okay.
so much harder than
Dude, they're
KFC.
So much better than McChicken.
What about the chicken fries?
Yeah.
Oh my god, brother! Don't even get me started on the chicken fries, okay? Don't even get me started. I am a chicken fry connoisseur, okay?
I love me some chicken fries.
I love those things so much. And the box they have, it's freaking innovation.
Yeah.
I remember that was like the first box I ever saw that had a slot for your dipping sauce. McDonald's is, we're in 2024, and McDonald's
Yeah.
still hasn't done that.
And they gave you a freaking crown to wear as a kid. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a crown. They made you feel special. They
Yeah.
gave you a box of chicken fries.
It's not even as
Yeah.
a kid. Like I've gotten
Yeah.
one like a couple weeks
They
ago,
just-
and they just handed it to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
You can't deny it. I mean, if they give you a fucking crown, wear it. Keep your head up, King. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Facts.
Oh. I'm guessing you don't like Burger King, Roger, because you have no good things to say when I heard that term.
I mean, I used to like their hash brown rounds, but other than that, it's pretty. Like I know everyone else has been like filleting Burger King here, but I really don't care for the quality of the food.
Man. Anyways, what's the next topic, guys? We don't care about this
More.
guy's opinion. Oh. Is it true that like a lot of movie theaters are like out of business? Do people not really go to movies anymore? Because like,
It's not as famous as it used to be, or not as popular as it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since streaming has like came into play, it's like it's just people stop going. We even
I don't
talked.
think
We
we
talked
did,
about
man.
this before because you're like, why would I pay to go to the movies and go out in public, get ready, all this other stuff, pay like $20 for popcorn when I can sit in the own comfort.
okay,
of my
but
house
we
and
were
watch a
talking.
movie.
No,
We talked
no,
about this,
no.
'cause
We
I
were
remember
talking
those
about
exact
shitty ass. No.
Yes, you can't.
Okay, I'm about to explain myself.
Because you're talking about how streaming was so great.
If you
because
let me
didn't
explain
have to go out
myself,
to the
I'd.
movie. You could sit in the comfort of your house.
No, I was talking about
Go ahead,
shitty
go ahead,
ass
okay,
Disney
explain yourself.
movies
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
fucking
interested.
don't fucking put like much effort into their stories. They don't fucking just like movies that you would go and watch in the theater that you just don't really have to pay for the experience for because it's not that good to fucking begin with. They make you pay all this money for a ticket and popcorn, and then they don't even put that much effort into their damn movie. You kind of just want to wait for a streaming service at that point. But if they, it's like a good movie you really get into, you really like, I definitely want to watch it in the theater. Like, Spider-Verse. Like, I fucking wanted to watch that in the theater. Hell yeah. I watched that in the theater. Yeah, I did actually.
did you?
Yeah.
Did you? No.
Fuck you, Nick.
Just making sure.
What was the most recent movie you guys saw in theaters?
Huh.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. What the hell? That's not what I was expecting
Yeah,
at all.
When my mom and my brother came up, like a couple weeks before Christmas, they were doing like a Christmas run Die Hard in theater, and my mom had never seen it in theaters before. So I took her to see Die Hard because it's like one of her favorite movies.
Awesome. That's cool.
Well, to be honest,
And that was literally the last time I went to a theater.
I watched that one movie. You know, I have a kid and stuff, so like I watched the kids movie last. It was about like a duck like migrating into like, you know, south or something, and like, you know.
Yeah, it's a what was it? A dream? No,
No,
was it DreamWorks?
I think it
Pixar?
was.
One of those two.
No,
Ugly Little
was it that?
Duckling.
I don't know what it was. Anyways, it was stupid. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't even say the whole time.
You watched the movie?
I took a nap. I was snoring in the back row.
You would be that dad.
I don't remember the last movie I watched in theaters.
Last one I watched was Godzilla -1.
What's up with that, by the way?
I've heard it's so good.
I just this entire time, like I've just always thought, you know, Godzilla, fucking King Kong, all them, you know, they just were their own thing. And now it's like a whole fucking like MCU type of fucking monsterverse. What the
the
fuck is that about? What
monsterverse.
monsters
So,
participate in this monsterverse?
Great.
The -1 movie isn't a part of the MonsterVerse. So the MonsterVerse was made by American companies, I believe. Yeah, by
Zack
American
Snyder?
companies. While the -1 movie was made by I don't know, made by the actual made by an actual Japanese country or company.
Japanese country, because you know there's more than one.
Yes, Japan too.
Can we do that? Can we make Japan 2, boys? That's my final A.
I don't think Japan would take very kindly to Japan too.
Especially if, you know, 4 white guys. Oh, sorry.
Fuck
Three
you,
and a
man.
half white guys.
Roger is not fully white, all right?
For the great value, 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
And a
Yeah, and a
PNG.
PNG.
Let's go.
Missing one.
3.5 white guys.
Can we start a band called that?
We need to have that on a t-shirt. We need to have that somewhere. Where it's 3.5 white guys.
We will never get anyone watching this.
Yo,
thing.
I don't know.
Oh man, I love that. That's like the second most American thing I've heard this year.
3.5 white guys.
That's funny.
I don't.
So apparently, one of the devs for the Fallout series show thing.
Crawl out to the-
Apparently, they said it's a lot like what Fallout 5 is. So maybe we'll get some ideas, hints.
I thought
etc.,
what-
etc.
I thought what they
For
said wasn't
Fallout
that it
5.
was like Fallout 5, but it was Fallout 5. Like the story was for Fallout 5.
Oh,
Like it was Fallout 5, basically.
That's kind of cool.
I have no clue. I just remember seeing. I didn't really look too deep into it because I'm trying.
Thank
to
you for
look
bringing
back.
us forward to podcast you, who did not even read what he brought
Saw
up.
like a headline. It was like, oh,
Well,
looky there.
You are
'Cause I'm
every
trying to
goddamn zoomer on the planet. Who just reads these fucking headlines and not even fucking read the article about it.
Because I'm trying to
Oh,
not read
yeah.
too much about it.
Oh, that's a great thing, isn't it? Not reading too much.
If you let me defend myself before attacking
Is there a
me, okay?
defense?
Well, because I want to go into the series with as little information as possible, so I can go in not expecting a whole lot or not knowing a whole lot. Because I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that headline where it's like something about the story or something like that about the series was like, or what Dylan said is Fallout 5. So I'm like oh, okay, that's interesting. And then I just scrolled on past it because I want to keep any information about the show on the
Brother,
web.
if there's.
Dude, you would have saved yourself a lot of grief if you just did.
Well, yeah, I just thought it was neat. And I would be like, hey, if you guys had saw the same thing or not, and what you.
I'm not looking up.
All I'm
Fallout.
saying, man, is like,
Fallout has been disappointing for the last
all right,
fucking.
you
4
watch your
games.
fucking mouth right now on the show, all right? This is my fucking podcast. You get off the show right now. No, Nick, the way your Facebook is set up, it doesn't matter. Like, if there's any information at all, you're going to see it. You're just going to see it. Like, there's no point about it. Like I'm in the same groups you are. You're just going to see everything. If there's any hints about what the story is, if there's anything about the plot, you're gonna fucking see it, and it sucks. You just gotta stay off Facebook. That's the only way to fucking not be able to see that shit. And our very
Even if I'm at work.
do you?
I work from home. You can go.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Do you?
Nick's going on the
Nick, are you
stairway to
looking at our
heaven. Holy
creator,
crap.
Jesus
That's so
Christ?
bright.
Is that what you're doing?
It's so bright. Oh, I'm just
Okay,
gonna
so
click
in the-
on the first link. Oh, it's so bright.
In the bottom right hand of Nick's camera, it looks like half of a face.
Yeah, he does.
You guys see that?
I see you, my child.
It's like a PS2 character sticking their head in the corner.
Let's see, Meta platforms, including Facebook and Instagram, went down for thousands of users on Tuesday.
Only
because
thousands?
of what a couple. Well, I don't listen. What the company called a technical issue, the outage was resolved within around 2 hours. As many as 500,000 Facebook users have reported issues logging in or accessing the site as of mid-morning Eastern time on Tuesday. According to Outage Tracker Down Detector, around 50,000 outage reports have been issued regarding Instagram and another 10,000 for Facebook Messenger.
But it was only for 2 hours.
Well, apparently it had forcibly logged people out of their Facebooks. And then others got notifications that something went wrong on their Instagram.
Okay, but
I just wouldn't worry about it. Just try it.
So
later.
I think it was like Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff forcibly logging people out. I think is what had people worried.
Oh, like they got hacked.
that does kind of
Yeah.
make sense, I guess, in a way.
Because it's kind of fishy that it suddenly goes down and then instead of being able to access it, you just get logged out of your account.
I mean, they
And,
probably
like,
sent
everywhere
like
else just gets
an outage email or something about
Who
it.
the fuck checks their email these days, Roger? Nobody. Well,
I
you're
do.
an old man, all right?
I have like fucking 6
probably
different
still use
emails
fucking
hooked up to my
AOL.
phone.
I would say it was pretty unexpected if a lot of people were throwing a pretty big hissy fit over it.
I mean, it's just 2 hours.
Karen couldn't log into her Facebook account, and we had big issues. There's just one person blowing up their fucking corporate office. That's all.
I can't post photos of my grandkids.
Say most of these people were probably at work.
Look, man, it doesn't matter if I'm at work.
Doing something productive. At all.
I'm sitting on the toilet looking through Facebook,
Yeah.
and if I can't do that, my day's ruined. And that's just the facts.
Did you guys hear about Nintendo and that lawsuit
Nobody.
they recently
Oh,
did?
with the Yuzu emulator.
What happened?
That kind of sucks.
So there's this
Can you turn up your
emulator
mic, buddy?
called Yuzu, and
You stop drifting
there's an
away from your
emulator
mic.
called. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. I get relaxed. So there's a company called Yuzu, and I think they mainly do Nintendo Switch games. I believe they may do DS ones too.
I
I'm not
think
too sure, to be
Yuzu is
honest.
a exclusive Switch emulator.
Oh, okay. So they're the emulator company, obviously, and Nintendo sued them for.
It was like
let's see
they're
here.
saying that like they could not rightfully, emulate the game.
No,
like
that's
couldn't-
not what it
they
is.
couldn't do it in like
Yeah.
or like it was like
They-
a rightful way or something.
No,
like that.
that's not what it is.
It was
We
worded
just got
weird.
shut down. Nick.
It's a DMCA takedown because what they claim is that they are knowingly and willfully promoting piracy of Nintendo products, aka the games, and they cited that 20% of the launch day playtime, I think it was, were people who have downloaded the game the week before Tears of the Kingdom came out and was playing Tears of the Kingdom a week early. So they cited that they had
Yeah.
at least 1 million users who had got the game illegally, and that all these sites and stuff that point to Yuzu also point to methods of pirating the games, and that is why Yuzu is getting the takedown.
I saw a video on it recently, and the way the guy put it was pretty good. Essentially, imagine that Yuzu gave you the tools to emulate and then the game, but like actually combining the two, they didn't do that part. So they thought they were getting away with not doing piracy technically. So they gave you the tools to do piracy, but they didn't do it. If
Yeah,
that
like
makes sense.
there was software to like rip the ROMs from the cartridges.
But they didn't even fight it. Yuzu has to. I think they have to. Yeah, their support is down effective immediately, and they had to pay $2.4 million.
Think
Yeah, which I mean is pocket change for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say I know.
is that just like is that like the biggest emulator of those games? Like to give you the stuff for it?
It's the most well known one because it's an open source project. Which I'm not sure if this is gonna like do anything for like stopping the spread of Yuzu because it's an open source software. Like anyone who's ever downloaded it has the source code and then can just give it to their friends.
So it's practically just going to stop the
and
for new games that come out, it won't happen for them anymore. But it'll like still be in like people that have the old stuff.
I mean, it just won't have any like newer versions of the Switch
Oh,
OS.
okay.
Like you can still play
Yeah.
all the games. It's just that like if there's like a Switch update tomorrow, usually will be out.
So
of
it's
date
going to
for
get
that.
out of date pretty fast because the Switch is a pretty advanced piece of technology.
Funny. Well, the reason why people
Tell you what,
like
though.
Yuzu so much is because they don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom at 24 frames per second.
It's part of the experience,
Because the Nintendo Switch is a pile of ass when it comes to hardware specs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the new Switch or whatever? Is that like I have not heard nothing about this. I remember you guys talking about it a while ago. Is that still like a thing coming out? Like, is that like?
There's rumors and that like Nintendo has filed patents and stuff, but people have been saying the Switch 2 is coming out soon for 3 years. So I think it's copium. I know Nintendo is definitely working on another console. I don't know if it's the Switch 2.
Maybe we'll be able to play GTA 6 on it.
I doubt it.
Listen, I
would be
was
awesome.
talking to one of my roommates about it. That all they need to do is just come out with the console, where I can put my DS game in it, my Switch game in it, and Game Boy games in it, and it'll sell like
They
hotcakes.
would, but they won't do it because it would be the last console you buy.
Yeah, exactly. I would never buy
They
one
would
ever
much.
again. 'cause that'd
They
be
would
it.
make so much more money with the current model with the Nintendo Switch Online.
Would it be? Why would it be the last one you'd ever buy if they would just continuously come out with new stuff?
Because most people just buy like the newer versions of the older
Yeah,
games.
that's true.
So if you just have like a reliable piece of updated hardware to play all the old games on, where you have all these cool like crystal clear screens and wonderful frame rates and stuff like that, you wouldn't fucking care about buying any of the new stuff because you already have as best as it's
God
gonna get.
forbid we make it easy on everybody. God forbid we save anybody any money.
This is why people mod their old like handhelds and stuff. Like I have a modded Game Boy SP, and Blake, you have your modded Game Boy Color.
I just need to get a new backlit screen.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what's bullshit? I think what's bullshit is that they have GameStop now. You want to know what's stupid about GameStop? They ain't got nothing in there. They ain't got a thing in there. They got like the new games, you know, codes to download games, some like 1 or 2 new Xboxes, but they ain't got no like used hardware, like you know a fucking Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance or something.
I actually made out like a bandit a couple.
Why
weeks
wouldn't they
ago
stock
at
that
GameStop.
stuff? That's what I'm wondering. I feel like they have a policy against not taking it, honestly. I feel like if you tried
I don't know.
I feel like if you tried to
Personally-
sell like GameStop
Go
your
ahead,
like Super Nintendo, they wouldn't take it.
Oh, your Super Nintendo? Yeah, because
personal-
they wouldn't
Yeah,
sell.
I feel like it would sell though, man.
Yeah.
Who goes to GameStop looking for
I
a
go to
Super
GameStop
Nintendo?
looking for cool stuff about video games.
Yeah, so whenever I like, we have a game store here in town that's a chain, and like their back wall, like behind the counter, is just old. Like it's N64s, like NESs. It's like it's all the old stuff.
Yeah,
but
but
you know, I don't think about going to GameStop
Well,
to get that.
it's because GameStop stopped taking that stuff forever ago, like publicly. So you don't go to GameStop looking for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
know there's
Okay, this
something-
is kind of like, not a big deal for anybody listening to this. but Blake, you might know what I'm talking about. Nick, you might know what I'm talking about. But there's a store in the local mall. It was like across from GameStop, and it had like all those vintage video games and Pokemon cards and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? They shut that bitch down. It's a real shame.
Probably 'cause
What do
they
you
ripped
mean they
everyone
ripped
off.
everyone off? I never bought anything in there. I just went in there to look at the cool stuff, so that might be why they shut down.
They the stuff they had in there, like it was just you could get it
Yeah.
cheaper anywhere else.
A lot of like game stores like that tend to be like that. Luckily, the one here isn't that bad, but like the one at my local mall is stupidly overpriced.
Like I get, it's like I don't know, like a rarity nowadays, but I mean it's like at the same time it's like you can't break someone's wallet just for something like that though. I mean it's
Nostalgia, a rarity.
especially with today's technology. I mean if someone really wanted to play it that bad, they'd resort to emulation
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, unless Nintendo.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
They had their own
right.
person behind the counter, like fucking dealing Pokemon cards and stuff, though. There was like a little fucking section for it. I didn't even think Pokemon cards were that big of a deal anymore.
Oh,
I thought they dropped in value.
Oh. You know what? You need to take a. No, you need to come up here at some point and just. I'll take you to the game stores around here, and you'll see otherwise. They are popping like crazy. Like
I
still
feel like
to this day.
Pokemon cards always come in like surges, like they'll kind of like get real big and then kind of like die down for a bit and they'll get real big again.
When's Yu-Gi-Oh coming back?
Oh, dude,
Never.
you remind me, Blake. Master Duel
Yes.
has a new event going on where you could play old school 2004 Yu-Gi-Oh.
So are we gonna like do a video?
There
I
you
mean,
go.
we can. If it's still ongoing by
Yeah.
the time we sit down and record it.
That's fair.
It's an event. It's not a permanent thing. I hope it becomes a permanent thing because they have like loaner decks and
Yeah,
stuff
that'd be
like where you
sick.
play with Horus, the Horus engine, and that's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Aw.
Or the gadget engine. That's fun. I know, like
I'm-
Dylan
I
and
miss
Nick
those
here are
days.
probably like going cross-eyed and eyes glazed.
We're
over,
always
you
like
know?
that, man. Ain't
Oh,
nothing
Yu-Gi-Oh.
new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just our natural state.
Starts thinking about government conspiracies again.
I mean, were you guys really big into Magic, you fucking nerds? I mean, I think that.
I had a very short span where I was
In college, I played a lot of Commander,
Gotcha.
which is like a game mode of.
Isn't that like a
Magic.
fast-paced game mode? No.
No, that's Brawl. I think that's Brawl. There's like a fucking million fucking different ways to play Magic, but Commander is you have like a legendary creature that serves as your commander. You can cast it at any time. There's the cost. But it's a 99 card deck, and you have double the life total you would normally have. So it's a much longer game, and it's like a big war, and it's really fun.
Is that I thought that like fucking
See,
because like I
my-
see
okay.
Magic cards come out a lot, and they have like Magic cards of like fucking Fallout and The Walking Dead and like all those games. Like, do those
Yeah.
serve any like if you took those into like a normal game, would they like still be playable and stuff like that?
It depends like what format you're playing. Like if you're playing standard, then it depends on when the cards came out, because standard they phase out like older generations of cards to keep things fresh and to keep things that are meta from being meta forever.
Yep.
But if you're playing something like Commander or Historic, someone's probably going to kill me for butchering that. I don't know all the formats. But any of the ones that allow you to play with all the cards, you can still use them, but they generally are pretty good. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, all right, this is the meta for this year, and then no one will play it in 6 months.
So you're saying that like people still play like all of the game modes and stuff with all the different cards. You just got to find the right people. Fair enough.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that that Magic was made by the same guys who made D&D.
Yeah, same company.
I didn't know that for the longest time.
The World of Warcraft. Did you guys ever get into that? See, you guys are like the people who I thought would get into that. I thought you guys would be the ones that would like know all about World of Warcraft.
I didn't grow up with internet.
Well,
you saw where
yeah,
my
that's
dad
true.
lived. I lived out in the mountains. I didn't have internet connection. We had dial up until I was like midway until fucking middle school.
I mean, you couldn't use dial-up to like play games and stuff like that.
I wasn't allowed to use it because it would hose up the phone.
It hosed up the fucking phone lines.
Yeah, that's
What
what
are you
dial-up
talking-
is. You use
Are
the
you
phone line
serious?
for the internet. Yeah, that's why it would make the dial tones whenever you would log into the internet.
So nobody could call you if you're playing a video game?
If someone called you, it would kill your internet connection, or it would keep the line busy, and they wouldn't be able to call. So I wasn't allowed to play for very long periods of time online because no one would be able to call the house.
Buzz off! I'm playing World of Warcraft.
The most I used the internet until I was like in like 7th or 8th grade was to look up cheat codes and shit. And it would like be 10 minutes and then all right, no more internet.
Was
for the rest of the day.
That's pretty much how it was at my grandparents because they had dial up for the longest time.
It was like was Skype was a thing back then, wasn't it?
Not for me. It was. I think it
man,
was,
I
but
Skyped all the time.
I didn't even know what Skype was until I started hanging out with you.
Well, I'm just wondering because like I remember that we always resorted to just calling each other on landlines and playing Minecraft that way, which is really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know. There was definitely ways around it, but for some reason, we just call each other on the landlines.
we never used Skype.
And then sit there. Remember how many times we fucking killed the fucking batteries on these wireless phones?
I like to believe they weren't wireless and we just had this long wire we just like drag all the way to our computers. That makes it better.
Oh, Skype.
Skype used to be pretty fucking big. I feel like it's dead now
Man.
though.
It's dead because it's not
absolutely.
secure. Your private information is exposed every time you use it.
Whatever happened to fucking Kick,
Man.
man? Like I know that like back in the day when we were in like middle school or like stuff like that, we'd use it to like as a text messaging app. But like nowadays, it's just for like pedophiles or weirdos. You know what I'm saying?
I think.
Well,
That's what really
I mean,
was
fucking
pedophiles
man,
in
come
their
on.
days.
I mean,
And then Discord came out.
yeah. What year did Discord come out?
25th?
I think it's 2015, 2016 is when it
I
started.
didn't realize it was so new.
When did Discord come out? May.
There you
it
go.
came out on my birthday.
You're a Discord baby.
You're a Discord moderator.
Your middle name is
No,
Wumpus.
Discord is a Blake. No, Discord is a Blake baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name my firstborn kid Wampus now.
What?
So, I actually have a memory of one of Blake's birthdays. So, it wasn't his birthday yet. But me and him went to Madison. We went to GameStop because Dark Souls
shit.
3 had just came out.
Oh,
And he hadn't turned 17 yet. He literally turned 17 like the next week or like the next day or something like that. It was like super
completely
close.
forgot about
And the
this.
guy looked at his like driver's license and looked at him and he's just like, I'll make an exception. And Blake was like so hyped.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
How
it was-
sad would you have been if he just
it was a
turned
good
you
day.
down? That would have been.
I guess I would have came back the next day. I don't know.
Midnight releases or something of the past that I wish would come back. That was like like standing in fucking line at Walmart singing the Halo song. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I remember the. I went to.
I was there
one
with you,
for
buddy.
Smash
Remember that?
Ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, you, and Joe. And then we stayed
Yeah.
up till like what 3 or 4 playing it at my house.
It made it so much more
We haven't
special.
played Smash in
Yeah,
a
we
while.
haven't. We haven't.
No,
Isn't that the last one?
Yeah.
It's the last one I think Sakurai planned on making, and if he told Nintendo if they wanted to pursue it, they would have to sit down and talk because he doubts the how successful the next one would be. Because it's hard to go like off from Ultimate, where it's every fucking character and then some.
Yeah. There is something missing though that I have to say that just it's not the same without that story mode, man. That story mode really drawed me in. I don't know, it was so stupid. It wasn't really that great, but you know, when you see Mario fighting some stupid shit with his fists, you really get excited.
Good old days. You're right.
What video game that existed in the past that fucking like hasn't had a sequel for a long time do you wish would have a sequel that you never think's gonna happen? Well, I
Dustin
figured
Robo.
that. I knew that was your answer.
They had like one small game for the DS, and then they fucking killed the series. I was like, come on, man.
Yep. Come on.
You know what? This has been a phenomenal episode, boys. We did not go anywhere. That was not a secret meeting. We did not do that. That was absolutely not edited out. But now that you're here back with us, we're going to have our main man of this podcast, Little Nicky J, take us out into something that will make you be thinking about him for the next couple of days. So here you go, Nick.
Love you manhandling the fucking microphone.
Does he do it any other way?
That's right. Remember, everybody. You're nobody. Till somebody loves you. And that somebody is me. I love you. Good night.
I thought you forgot the saying.